Hello. So this is my first video. I have my webcam right here, my desk camera, which I can not switch to. So, hello. Yeah, I have a camera now, and I can now use it to give you POVs of my desk, like right now. We have my tiny little workstation right here. I have my Allen keys, my yeah, I forgot what it's called. My controllers, which I will be doing a repair on, but not right now. But we will be needing them because, well, this is just disassembling. This one I got as a gift, so I will not be using this, but I will be using my older black DualShock 4 controller. So, yeah, let's just get into it. First, flip it over to the back so then you can see these 4 Phillip head screws. And not sponsored, but I will be using the iFixit tool set to be taking this apart. So I'll just take my screwdriver. I think the double O Phillip heads would work here. So you just alright, now once you have all of your, there's only 4 screws in the back, as you can see right here. We have 4 exposed screw holes, and after you remove all this, take some sort of flat edge. I'm using a sputter tool, and then just find, you might have to, well, what I did, I have a little bit of bent plastic here because I messed it up the first time I've done this, so you just want to get it in there and then twist a little bit so then it just pops out of the shell, or you can always just do it by hand. I personally find the sputter tool a bit easier to use. Also, do be careful because there is a ribbon cable, which I will show you if I can get to it first. And also, I'm trying to keep my tools as organized as possible. I have a small little generic little separator tool. Alright, now now that I have the shell off, see, there's a ribbon cable right here that you need to just simply pinch the blue part and then pull it out. Easy as that. Now you got the back plate off, which we will set off to the side. Now, now we have these components. We have the 2 vibrating motors, which have these little weights down here, obviously to vibrate the entire controller, give you the haptics. Here are the triggers. These triggers are directly connected to the motherboard, I think. No, they're not. No, the triggers are a separate piece, which you can remove if you want, but right now, we can't do that until we take off this battery, disconnect that part. Well, there's a little plug right here. Just disconnect the battery, we will also set that aside. Then there's another Phillips screw which you just want to remove. Also, thankfully, Sony made the PS4 controller really easy to repair, which is nice. Alright. Now we can just take off the battery case. There's only one screw holding it down, so you don't have to worry about damaging it. Now this is the scarier part. You want to take, there's another ribbon cable which you can just pinch and take off. And then to take out the motherboard, you just push on the thumbsticks. And you can also just, but if you also need to do something else, you can simply just take out this whole thing by, well, you want to disconnect these, what's it called? These connection points right here and here, just lift them up. There's no screws holding them. Lift them up and then carefully put them down. Also, the ribbon cable can get stuck on here, so be careful while doing that so you don't accidentally rip it. Because if you rip it, you don't got a controller. Alright, this is the front plate. These rubber parts are very easily upgradable. You could just take them off. But I am not doing any upgrades today because no parts. So I will just slap it back on. Like so. But also you do want to make sure that these are clean, so then you can get accurate readings. Alright, alright, it's fully set. We can put that to the side as well. Move my mouse. And then this piece is also, well, a lot of these pieces are a little dangerous to work with because of how fragile they are. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually don't know if I can remove these or not. Probably not. But the motors, you can just take off from the front like this. Well, I have no idea how to do this because I've never broken it down past the motherboard. Also, this is what the motherboard looks like, if you wanted to know. It's not in focus at all, but it's the best I got because this is a cheap camera. But yeah, this is the actual start button right here. This little white piece right here. And if you want to do a joystick mod, you'd have to remove the thumb caps first, and then flip it to the back right here. You have to desolder these connection points right here with the. What is that? Is it just corrosion? It might just be corrosion or dust, but thankfully it is not on any of the traces, so we're good. Yeah, I will be right back. I'm gonna go get a cloth and some alcohol. I'm back. Wasn't really expecting to do any cleaning jobs today, but it's whatever, I guess. This is 91%, if you were wondering. Just get a little bit. It smells very strong in here. And, of course, nothing is ventilated. So, oh, that's fine. And I just gotta make sure that everything's dry before I try anything else. Yes, we'll wipe down. Alright, now here's like the very basics of your controller. This is what it looks like. Alright, well, enough playing around with that. Actually, how would we take these off? I think we just lift that and then, oh, well, I don't know how to do that, so, alright, to put it back together, it's just the steps that I showed you, but in reverse. But I'll show it to y'all anyways, because why not? I have nothing better to do. So first, make sure that everything is seated correctly. The connection points, well, the anchor points are right here and here still. I forgot to put the thumb pads back. One and two. Make sure they're seated correctly. Nice. Alright. Cool. And also, luckily, the ribbon cable did come back through correctly, so we can just make sure there's no dust on it, and then just simply push it. And there is a guideline right there. I have to constantly keep changing my leggings. There is a small little black line on this blue part. Make sure that is flush with the receiving part, or else it's not going to, or else it might not transfer the data properly, and that's not good because you need to process data. Alright, and then, am I forgetting anything? No, I'm not. Alright, then you take your battery cover, not like that because that is upside down, correct, because if you'll know it's not correct because if you do it upside down, it goes to it's flush with the top, which you do not want. And also because there are components down here like this, well, there's components like these two capacitors that should be visible whenever, well, there's a capacitor here and here that you need to be aware of. Well, I can just use it to check, but that's about it. And then simply make sure that the Chinese text, is that Chinese? I don't want to be, nope. Make sure the Japanese text is on the top right here, it should not have any, well, there should be no English text here, because if that is, it's upside down and it's wrong. Oh, the cell's made in Singapore. I have no idea what text that is, but anyways, and also make sure that these holes, there's two little holes down here on this. You can sort of see if I cover the light a bit. Those two little dots right there on the plug. Make sure that they are on the bottom in relativity to you, so that when you plug it in, yeah, let's hold it up like this. Oh, backwards. Whoops. Simply just plug it in, and then see. Oh no, I am forgetting something. Whoops. Just take her out, leave her hanging, and then take your screwdriver, grab that screw, and then just simply, well, make sure that, look right here, see how the joysticks are flush with the case? Not good, because then it won't seat, then the screw won't seat properly. So just to stop that from happening, well, not to stop it, but to fix that issue, just just lightly push it down. You don't need almost any force at all. Just enough to push it down a bit, and then once it's fully seated and these joysticks are out, then you just screw it in like normal. Screw it in, make sure that this case does not like fall out. Boom. And then simply just throw the battery in here. Don't throw it. Put the battery in here. So my recording, and then finally, for some reason, backplate. Remember that little ribbon cable right here. Anyways, so we have to. This is the hard part because you have to like maneuver this properly. Oh my god! All right, I'm just gonna use tweezers for this. Save myself a little bit of time. Okay. This one also has the aforementioned black line. This one I show you a bit easier here. That black line should be flush with this little white piece right here. I can't dim the lights. Actually, yes, I can. I just have to move further away. Alright, and it's still visible enough for me. Amazing. So oh, this is not good. Alright. No, it's not. Ah, maybe. I did it. Alright, so now that this connector is attached, you simply just need to. Alright. And also there is a plastic piece right here. Be mindful of that when you're putting it together. There is a slot for it. It is right here. Right here. This slot is for that little plastic piece. You simply just want to put it in, and then it all just clicks together. And then don't forget to add your back screws. And then, yeah, that's basically all of the breakdown of this. Yeah. Yes, the background music of my TV, which I cannot turn off yet because I have to put new batteries into my remote. And if this doesn't boot on immediately, like right now, if it doesn't work, then you simply just gotta to check first. What normally works, at least for me, is I take one of my power cables, plug it in, and then wait. And then if it does read a charge, then you're good. If it doesn't, then either you can bring it back down again if you want. I wouldn't recommend that. You can do that if you want, or you could just send it into a technician, get it repaired. But warning, it is a lot more expensive. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, I guess. Bye. Also, once I do get parts, I will make a video about it, and also I will stream it on Twitch. So I'll see you there, I guess. Goodbye. I forgot to say this, but it's whatever. If you want to subscribe, it does. Well, it does help pushing my content out. That's about it. Thanks. Thanks for watching as well. Yeah, I don't really got anything else to say. This is the editor's cut, so bye.